Hello guys, it's Tom here over at Raycom TV. Welcome back to the studio, where today we're going to be taking a little look at the VOKKERO Guardian Show. It's a wireless intercom system from VOKKERO, but what actually is an intercom system? Well, it allows teams of people to communicate in full duplex while maintaining brilliant audio quality and being able to differentiate who actually is talking. They differ from, say, other communication systems such as walkie-talkies because you can actually tell who it is who's talking, whilst also trust that your instructions are being heard, but also speak over each other if need be. So let's jump in, take a little look at this Guardian Show unit from VOKKERO. So the Guardian Show itself then, robust yet lightweight unit, it only weighs 190 grams. Controls really simple, we've got two triggers on the front here and a screen on the top, so you can control it on the unit itself or in its charging station where you can quickly set up for units. We'll get to that though as well. Various controls all dotted around the unit, so buttons such as your alarms, your push-to-talk function as well, and then your headphone output is on the top, and that is a 6-pin LEMO. So what does the Guardian Show actually offer us then? Well, it operates in a peer-to-peer capacity with absolutely no wires at all and no base station to set up. There is just the charging station if you want it to, or if you want to have it. So it's designed specifically for audiovisual productions and live events, operates license-free between 829.250 MHz and 869.525 MHz, and features 10 available channels and also adjustable RF power. Now, a real benefit of the Guardian Show is you can have up to 4 groups per channel and unlimited users in those groups. So you can have, if you've got a big team of people, the Guardian Show offers a great solution. So audio sampling is at 16 kHz, and it also uses AES 128 encryption to keep your communications safe and also very secure. So if you do have a big group of people, the high chance is you're going to have them operating over quite a large range, and a fantastic feature of the Guardian Show is that you can adjust the RF power actually on the fly between different groups. Now you can have up to 500 milliwatts of transmitting power in particular frequencies per unit. So that gives you up to 1.2 kilometers of range in certain frequency bands, ideal if you have got big teams spread over big areas. Right then, let's talk the most interesting part of the Guardian Show, and that is the group settings and a massive benefit of these. So when you've got a big team of people operating in full duplex, ideally you want to keep your communication channels as clear as possible. Therefore, you can set people into 3 independent groups. So say you have a sound team, a rigging team, and then a stage team. You can set these all independent of each other, keep clear communication channels, but the Guardian Show operates in a 3+1 format with its groups. That +1 is actually a main channel for general announcements. So your director, whoever it is in complete control of all of the teams, can sit in that main group and give direction to everybody whilst they still maintain clear diversification between their teams. Now it's important actually, you want your event director to be heard, so one of the belt packs can be set to have voice priority. This means that whenever that person speaks into their belt pack, incoming transmissions to all channels from all other belt packs are reduced by 20 decibels to ensure your director is heard. A brilliant feature if you are on a busy set, stage, location, and you don't want any key commands to be missed. So setup of the Guardian Show units is really nice and simple. We have a choice of ways to configure. We can use the quick and easy to use touchscreen configurator here that comes with the kit, or we can use the screens on the individual units themselves. So let's take a look at that first before we take a look at the configurator. If I take out my first belt pack here, use the power button to power myself on. You can see the screen is upside down, but that's because it's configured to be on your belt pack. However, the second I press and hold my menu button, it will flick back over. So we adjust our menus using the toggles on the front here. Our volume toggle also doubles as our adjustment. Channel is also your function, and then to actually access the menu you hold this button in. Also on the front is our push to talk button here. So press and hold to jump into our menu. Here we have a range of functions that we can adjust, such as lock, so I've confirmed that by using the volume toggle there. Just jump back into the menu, toggle that back on. Use the function button to scroll through, so our gate level where we want that to be mid, soft, extra soft if you want, hard, etc. our side tone levels, voice detection. So this voice activity detector is particularly useful in noisier environments. So it only opens the microphone when a human voice is detected, and it avoids other loud noises so they don't get transmitted by the system. So useful for users in noisy environments that require hands-free and no push-to-talk, such as the rigging settings. Go back in. We have voice priority that we can set. So actually if I come back out of the menu quickly, if I let it just time out, you can see at the moment we have our group icon, whether our mic is active, signal, frequency we're on, our battery level, and then you can see M here. So this is the master belt pack, and we'll get to that and the importance of the master. But if I want to set a unit to have voice priority, that's where, as we spoke about earlier, whenever this unit speaks, all other units' inputs will be reduced by 20 dB. We now have a little plus next to that M icon to show that this unit is the one with voice priority. Our transmitting power that we can adjust, so we are currently on the correct frequency that we can have the full 500 milliwatts of transmitting power, giving us up to 1.2 kilometers of line of sight range, and it is line of sight range. However, we can adjust our power directly on the unit themselves. Our push-to-talk mode, so whether we have it on push-to-talk, simply using that button on the front, latch to latch it on and off, or latch and push-to-talk, and that's where a long press of that mute button in gear or the push-to-talk button on the front engages or disables the latch until it's released, and then it goes back to being latched on, latched off, so you just press and hold it. We can adjust our screen, and so we have it on sleep or always on. And then call mode, so that's that alarm function that we have the button for on the side, whether we want it to simply vibrate with a bip as well, or just be on silent. And then listener mode for the unit itself. Now the ability to have listen-only belt packs is actually a really helpful feature. Often where you have a big team of people working, not everyone necessarily needs to be able to actually communicate with everybody else, but you need to know what's going on for stage directions and things like that. So listen-only mode, you can have unlimited listen-only belt packs who can't actually input into the duplex communication system, but they can listen to each of the channels. So it's a really handy little feature. And we can then lock if we need to prevent tampering. We simply just go back in again, and there we go, we take the lock off. So that's the controls on the unit itself, but what about our quick configurator? Well, we'll pop this back in here. So all of those settings we just looked at, the quick configurator can apply to 4 belt packs at a time. Now there are 3 performance presets to tailor the belt packs for different events. If we use the quick adjustment here, there is rigging, live, and studio. Studio is ideal for video productions or quiet environments such as theatres, and you'll then have settings that give you sharp latency, push-to-talk mode, the voice activity detector set to off, a soft gate level, and then up to 7 users, plus the wireless interface accessory if you do have one. Live is ideal for live events with descending orders and cues from directors to technicians, and there you have ideal latency, push-to-talk mode, the voice activity detector off again, but a hard gate level and unlimited users. So although it is unlimited users in the actual network itself, it's not unlimited in the number of people who can actually speak over each other and converse at the same time. That's limited to 8 people, but realistically in your teams, there aren't going to be situations where that many people are speaking over each other, so you haven't got to worry about it. And then rigging is ideal for stage trussing and fixture mounting in noisy environments, which gives you basic latency, latch mode, so complete hands-free operation for safety, the voice activity detector then on to prevent loud noises going into the duplex system, and then unlimited users yet again. So if we decide to set ourselves up in live mode, for example, I'm going to select live, press the tick. Do you perform in a sport arena during a sport event? We're not here, so I'm going to tick. We then can choose the channel we want to be in simply by scrolling up and down. Let's stick with EU1 for the time being. Press the tick, go, confirm, and that will apply the studio settings, or live settings, or rigging settings to all 4 packs currently in the charger. However, more than likely you'll have more than 4, so what I'm going to do is take those units out. Now, slot number 1 Whichever unit goes in slot number 1, that will be applied as the master belt pack. Now, we did speak about the master belt pack earlier. Again, that's designated by the M that will pop up on the screen. The master belt pack, as there's no base station for the Guardian Show system, this belt pack is the one that you'll want to be central to everybody to maintain full communication. It just so happens we've got the master also set to have voice priority. However, voice priority doesn't actually have to be the master. So if we take those 4 out and just pop them down and bring 3 more Guardian shows into the system. It's really important, if you have got more than 4 to configure, that you don't put one in that front section. You have to leave that empty. That's purely for the master. And then we do just run the configuration again. Off we go. And that's it. That is how to configure your Guardian Show belt packs using either the screens on them or the handy charger and configurator. Right then, now we've had a proper look at the setup, what fantastic features are packed in there as well. There's one more fantastic feature I want to talk to you guys about, and that is the Bluetooth functionality. So you can actually pair your phone directly with your Guardian Show. That means any incoming calls are answerable on your unit and they'll divert straight through to your headset. You can also make outgoing calls as well in a slightly different way. You actually have to dial the number on your phone and they'll then get diverted through to your headset. But what if you're on a telephone call and suddenly you need to make a vital communication into your communication system? VOKKERO have you covered. You can quickly flip between your call and the duplex system and it won't drop the call. What a fantastic feature that is. Now, telephones aren't the only thing that can be Bluetoothed with the Guardian Show. Things such as Bluetooth headsets or earphones can be paired as well, but it's worth noting that only one Bluetooth connection can be made at a time. Now, on the subject of headphones, there are some accessories offered by VOKKERO that are bespoke to the Guardian Show range, such as the closed back over-ear headset we have here in the studio with us. But another accessory you can have, what if you actually want to use your Guardian Show system with an existing wireless intercom system? Well, VOKKERO have a solution for you, and that's the VOKKERO Guardian Show wireless interface, and that allows you to connect the Guardian Show system's audio conference to a 4-wire wired intercom or other audio equipment, really opening up the possibilities and benefits of this product. Right then guys, let's look at the wireless interface and actually what it offers us and how we can use it with our Guardian Show system. So as I said, it's compatible with both 4-wire and 2-wire intercom systems. Most commonly though, and most beneficially I'd say, it's used as a source to get a program feed into your intercom system. Perfect if you've got a team of people who are already listening out for directors calls. If they have a constant sort of program feed into their headset, that they can keep track of the performance or event, whatever it is, it just makes the whole operation of your team much more fluid. So let's look at actually how we can get the wireless interface set up with our wider Guardian Show interface. Really nice and easy. The wireless interface acts as basically, if you wanted to, a master belt pack. So an issue you may find when using wireless intercom systems like this is where you have a master belt pack, it's attached to someone with legs. So therefore, if they move out of range or move out of the ideal operating area for the rest of the system, that whole system can be compromised. The wireless interface is plugged into the mains, nice and simply, and it doesn't move. So actually you can either use the antenna like this one here or an extended antenna if you want and have this sat in a room and run an antenna out. But you know it's not going anywhere. So actually you can trust that your system isn't going to be compromised. You put this in an ideal location and off you go. Now how do we actually get it set up then with our interface? Well, nice and simple. We have a USB cable rigged up here, already plugged into the front of our wireless interface. I'm going to take that and plug it into the side of our charger configurator. And I'm then going to power the wireless interface on. If we then look at the screen of our charger configurator, we have the 4 icons for our 4 belt packs, but also a new icon pops up with WI in it. to show that our wireless interface is recognised and connected. So if we want to make this the master, there's something really important we need to do, and that's take out the first belt pack from our charge configurator. That's because, as we said earlier, that first slot is for the master. Again, once you have configured this as well to be the master, if you want to configure any more Guardian Show units in your configurator, that's fine, just make sure you leave the first slot empty each time, because if you don't, then it will configure one of those to be the master and your wireless interface no longer will be. So to configure, we press the quick configure button down the bottom here. We're already set to ringing mode, which we'll stay to. Scroll on through. We have our channel that you can select. We'll stick with the U2. Hit go. Let it run its course. And there we go. So if we come back out of that, we can then unplug our USB cables. Don't need that anymore. And your wireless interface is now configured into the same system as your Guardian Show units. Now there are individual controls on the wireless interface itself if you do want to change some bits and bobs. So on the front here we have this dial. If you click the dial in and hold, that takes us into the setting menu. And we can adjust things such as our audio gain both in and out, gate level, our voice detection, our transmitting power, which is a really great feature. So if you do want to put this in a central location and get that maximum range, you can set it to 500 milliwatts, but you can adjust it as well if you want or need to. But if there are no settings you need to change, you can just scroll down and hit exit. Also on the front of the control here, we have our call button to alert all the other units in the system, and we can change the channels using these two arrow buttons up and down. Now on the back we have just our power and then our in and out as well, really nice and simple, but that is the wireless interface from VOKKERO. Works perfectly with the Guardian Show, as I said, for running a program feed into your system, or if you did want to run your Guardian Show feed out to another intercom system, you have the ability to do that as well. Guys, that is the Guardian Show from VOKKERO. We hope you've enjoyed the video and it answers most of the questions you have about this product. If we haven't answered everything, please feel free to get in touch and give us a ring, drop us an email, whichever way you feel most comfortable contacting us. We would love to hear from you and chat through this fantastic product. So all of our contact details will be down in the description for you. Again, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider hitting that big red subscribe button that is down below to show your support for the channel. Leave a like on the video, and if you've enjoyed the content and don't want to miss out on any future content that's similar, then please do ring that little bell icon down below and you'll get an alert every time we make a new upload. Guys, I'm Tom, you've been watching Raycom TV, and we'll speak to you soon.